So Morgan, I've had some clients tell me about how they can maintain muscle mass without just eating nothing. So how would we do that?
Let's take it to the bikes and talk about it. So obviously here we really prioritize strength training to help people improve their body composition. And with that becomes the conversation of nutrition comes up. And
All the time.
Yeah. And although we are by no means nutrition experts, it's super important to eat the right amount of calories to support your training and your body's daily needs so that we can make sure, as you're typically looking to improve your body composition, you're not losing the muscle mass that you're working so hard to gain here in training.
For sure. And if we haven't said it already, I know we probably haven't enough. Protein is key.
Protein is the key nutrient that we're always focusing on when we're talking about nutrition, but it is the building block of building muscle.
Yeah.
So
and maintaining muscle.
And maintaining it.
So.
And which is super important because we work with so many people who are middle-aged or above aging, and they're concerned about, their long-term living, whether that's, talking about bone density, risk of falling, all of those things are improved when you maintain your muscle mass, but you also don't want to be too heavy either. We want to have that ideal body proportion for you. And in order to eat a certain way, if you're looking to, maybe lose some body fat, it's really important that you eat the right amount of calories. So the kind of like standard example is, let's say your basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories your body just burns at rest. If you laid in bed all day and did nothing. Just sleeping all day, your body would still burn a pretty large amount of calories because your body is doing a lot to keep you alive.
It can range normally like 11 to like 16 to 1700 calories just by doing nothing.
Doing nothing. And the one way to increase your basal metabolic rate is to increase your muscle mass. So that's why we're talking about eating to maintain your muscle mass, because you don't want that to go down. So you want that to stay high. But then most of us aren't just laying in bed all day, or most days, we might have our lazy days. But you're probably burning at least like 2,000 calories a day if you're, exercising, getting a good amount of steps, even just like walking to and from the office, playing with your kids, really being intentional with your movement. So you want to eat enough calories over that basal metabolic rate, but under your total calorie burn. So that can be kind of confusing. So just to clarify, that basal metabolic rate, for this example, 1,500 calories, you do a strength training routine, you get 8,000 steps in, you're just moving about your day, you burn, 1,900 calories. You want to eat over 1,500 calories, but less than 1,900 calories to move your body fat, down, so that you're still fueling to maintain that muscle mass, but overall losing body fat. And if you do that consistently, that's when you start to see those long-term sustainable weight changes, not the extreme cutting back calories. We do not suggest that at all. It can become very dangerous. And a lot of times when people lose extreme amounts of weight, it is muscle, and it's super concerning. So we cannot stress enough how important it is, if you're trying to make a body composition change, to continue strength training, because even if your total weight loss is slower, your body comp percentage is going to improve.
For sure. And so looking at the bike right here, it is telling me about 300 calories in about an hour at this pace.
Right.
Now, if I were to pick it up, which I probably would if I was going to do a bike workout, and I did for 30 minutes instead of an hour, it'd probably be a similar number within less time. So if you think about when you do work out, let's go like running or biking, you're probably burning around like 300 calories per bout of 30 minutes.
Right.
And so if you add that or like subtract that from what you're eating in the day.
Yeah.
That is how we're getting that equation.
Right. And so you need to take all factors into consideration when it comes to nourishing your body.
Yeah.
And I like to talk about nutrition in terms of nourishing your body rather than calorie restriction, because I think that when we talk about improving body composition, people often get a very negative mindset, and it can lead down really unhealthy paths. And although we are all about embracing the body that you have and loving it for what it is, we also realize there are health benefits if you do have body fat to lose. There's chronic health conditions that we can manage better with hitting
high cholesterol,
different
hypertension,
exactly
all those types of physiological health conditions that we can like reduce from that. And then just if you restrict your calories so much, eating food is going to make you feel more energized.
Right.
So if you're restricting something, you're going to feel very tired and sluggish,
which you're not going to work out.
There's some crankiness in there. It might feel cold too, like especially in like the winter months in Minnesota. If you're trying to like lose weight in that time frame, you're going to feel really cold compared to like what you usually feel, just because you're not having any like thermic effect of burning food off.
Right, totally. So that is really why our focus here at Breakthrough Fitness is teaching people the importance of adding in healthy lifestyle factors and speaking about food in terms of nourishment and hydration and all of those factors, even if you have some very serious health goals that may or may not include changing your body composition. And we think it's really important to talk about that in a really positive light.
Yeah. So next week, stay tuned for our next video about some more strength training tips.